Hey, the latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot just around the corner, of course. But little heads up here for you. We have the eclipse season now officially underway. A lot of work to be done, and you will see the results of what goes on over this next month during the eclipse season, probably around next October, full force. But this is what you are going after. This is what you're going to feel. I'll give you all the stuff, all the information. We'll sort it all out together coming up. Well, hello and welcome to this latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for being here. Whether you're a first-timer, long-timer, cross-watcher, you are always welcome to sit and talk tarot with me, the Tao Daily Tarot. Now, for the first-timers, this is what kind of separates us from other tarot readers. First of all, it's archetypal. I use 8 cards generally from 4 decks. Why so few cards? Well, because the definition of the Tao is simplicity itself, the most direct, the most honest, straightforward path that you can possibly have. Very often, more cards means more confusion, and people at the end of a reading are going, okay, clarify this for me. Now, there are some readings where that's going to be the case. You have to clarify just because the messages are kind of vague or kind of behind the scenes sort of stuff. But for the most part, when you're done with the reading, you should have a very clear reading and a very clear feeling in terms of what the reading was all about. So that's why 8 cards from 4 decks. I also focus on energy. I don't predict. Predicting puts you in a box. I focus on the energies. It's like an energetic weather report. Okay, it's a GPS of frequencies. You're finding out what's going on. For example, every day you face these energies. Things are coming to you, going away from you. Things are pushing you, things are pulling you. Those energies affect your life, affect your decisions. So if you have the energetic weather report, if you know it's going to be rainy today, if you know it's going to be sunny, if you know it's going to snow, you're going to get a tornado, whatever, you can prepare. And that's what I want you to do. I want to give you the power. I don't want to predict for you. Everybody's lives are different. Love means something different to everybody. Money or things that you value are different for everybody. I give you the energies, you apply them to your life. People seem to like that a lot. I also do something called the hyper shuffle, and I try to get this reading in about a 10-minute window because you're busy. 10 minutes seems like the appropriate amount of time. Again, more is not always better. A nice, tight read in about 10 minutes' time. Now, I mentioned the hyper shuffle. Let me show you. And there you go. There is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to the reading for today's Tao Daily Tarot. Alrighty, so here we are, one day past the exact full moon eclipse. We're off into eclipse season. Let's see what we have in terms of the overall temperature card in this energetic weather report. And it's chop wood. Get down to business. Chop wood. Fascinating. And you see, of course, here the 42, that would equal a 6. 6 tends to be familial for me, tends to be nostalgic, very much like maybe the 6 of cups. Chop wood, get down to the business. And of course, we're in eclipse season, so that means there is going to be a lot of activity, a lot of things that you need to get to. And we begin with the first energy card from the side of coming and going energy. 10 of Cups, the happily ever after. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, I think this is very likely, this eclipse season is setting us up for us finding our happily ever after. It's different for everybody. I mean, 10 of Cups could be love, but it could be something that you love. Somebody that you love, but not necessarily even in a romantic way. It's connecting with love, that feeling. Having it reside in your heart. Having it reside inside you. And there are things that are going to begin and sometimes end here in this eclipse season that will lead you to this happily ever after. However you perceive happily ever after. We continue with the energies of coming and going, and we have the Star card. I love the Star card because the Star card really talks about miracles, really talks about wishing on a star, right? making those dreams real, the art of manifestation. And you see that she is pouring water into the pool, onto the land. So that's stable emotion. Earth is stable. Water emotion. She is looking to stabilize her feelings, make them more constant, make them more consistent, make them more dependable, looking for dependability, looking up to the stars for that dream come true. Again, it's sort of a manifestation card, and here we have these two cards here that are talking about manifestation. You're ready for this happily ever after. You're ready for healing in your life. You're on some level, and you're interested in putting something together that will last for a while. Alrighty, we move to the energies of coming and going. We have the Ace of Cups, of course. Many consider that the ultimate love card. I consider the Queen of Cups the ultimate love card. But the Ace of Cups says you are on the beginning of a journey toward love. Could be with someone else. Absolutely. We got the Ten of Cups here. We got the Star. You might be wishing for that special relationship. But for me, the Ace of Cups almost always means learning to love yourself. Because when your cup overfloweth, you have love to give to everyone. You cannot give what you do not have. Ace of Cups means you are learning how to healthfully love yourself so that you can love others. Spread love in the world. And I think, if you take a look at the world, we could certainly use a little more love, huh? And finally, wrapping up with the energies of pushing and pulling, we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, for me, is much like the Eight of Wands. It is some idea, some thought, some communication coming in very quickly. And of course, with this eclipse period involving Sagittarius, this past full moon, and coming up with the new moon, Gemini, that has to do with your mind, has to do with communications, higher communication, lower communication. But it's still communication and information. Knight of Swords says during this eclipse period, you are going to be coming in with some kind of insight or information. And this is reinforced. Here we go, another Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, the happily ever after. That means that we have two of them, right? We have two Ten of Cups. That means it's important. This is what you are looking for, the happily ever after in your life. Again, it's different for everybody. It may be that super special relationship, or it may be that super special relationship with yourself. Someone, something that you love is what you're trying to work with. This is where you're chopping wood. And you're going to get directions, you're going to get advice, you're going to get information during this very, very powerful eclipse season. I like it. I like it. That's what we're after, right? That touch of the heavily ever after. And of course, here we go again. I mentioned just a little while ago the Eight of Swords. Eight of Wands, excuse me. There you go. Fast information coming in. Something that will add some passion and enthusiasm to your life. Much like the Knight of Swords. Some information will add that extra touch of excitement, enthusiasm, joy to your life. And I think the revelation, again, this, I cannot emphasize enough, this eclipse is very, very powerful. And we have some really serious astrological juju coming up in October. And I think between now and October, I think that's when we are going to see this stuff really manifest. This is hugely important. This is why you're being told to chop wood during this eclipse season. You got to get down to the business. It doesn't mean that you have to work hard. It means stay awake, stay alert, stay focused, and stay involved. And in so doing, our final card, the vice versa card facing forward this morning, is justice. That's what you are trying to return to your life. A sense of balance, right? A sense of fairness. Because over the last period of time, certainly the last year, but maybe even longer for you, your life has not been fair. It hasn't felt fair anyway. And this says this is what you are ultimately working for. And when you get to this justice card energy, what you're going to naturally pick up is this energy, the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after. So again, during this eclipse season, chop wood, stay focused, pay attention, stay alert. There are clues and information coming your way left and right. They're going to make huge changes, and by October, you should see a real good, lively result of all of this kind of energy during the eclipse season. It's very, very, very powerful. I can't emphasize that enough. And it's in your hands. Chop wood. So that's our read for today. Please like, subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind, even share a little bit. Click on that stuff. Click the bell. That way the folks at YouTube know that you like this. And please keep coming back every day, because I do a brand new read every day, 365 days a year. But if you happen not to be able to do it, remember they're quick reads, so you can catch up anytime. So between now and the next time you and I have a chance to talk tarot together, blessings.